Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The bill to amend the Cannabis Act of 2018 is now off to the governor for signature. Also tonight, a bill is off to the Senate that will change the use of funds for the Commonwealth Law Revision Commission. And we look back at 4 years ago today. How could we forget? In sports, coaching and clubs help lift soccer to a higher level. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
We're here for Saipan, we're here for life.
Hafa Day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Friday, August 2nd, 2019. The Cannabis Act of 2018 is one step closer to reaching the Commission as a bill to amend the law is off to Governor Ralph Torres for a final approval. House Bill 21-13, HD1 SS1, to amend the CNMI Cannabis Act of 2018 is now off to Governor Ralph Torres for one final signature. The CNMI House of Representatives met today and voted to approve the bill, which was amended and passed by the CNMI Senate on July 17, 2019.
Once it's approved, then this would spark the commissioners to schedule a organizational session. And once they hit that gavel, that's where the clock ticks.
It has been 6 months since the bill was introduced into the House to make amendments to Public Law 20-66, which makes cannabis in the CNMI legal. The author of the amendment bill, J.P. Sablon, says he's glad there is a product that will now head to the administration office.
There's a lot of work that has been done, likewise with the Committee on Cannabis here in the House. They did an intensive work. When it came to the Senate, they added other new provisions. Right now, as the main author of the introduced bill, I am comfortable with the works of both houses, and I'm glad that we accepted the substitute offered by the Senate, and it heads its way now to the administration.
The final vote today in the CNMI House was 14 yes and 4 no, as there are still some concerns to items added into the bill and the vocabulary.
We, as a minority bloc, we had a meeting this morning. We all felt that there were a number of issues that could have been fixed if this bill was sent to conference committee. And so given the number of errors that may have been unintentional, given the number of errors, some of the language that was reinserted, like the language regarding hemp, and how that relates to the Farm Bill of 2018 passed by U.S. Congress, separating that to become part of more of the agricultural industry instead of the cannabis industry. So we had concerns that we felt should be addressed before we passed and accepted the amendments made by the Senate. so that we can ensure that we strengthen the bill before passing it.
Governor Ralph Torres now has 40 days to approve the bill, signing it into law, where the Cannabis Commission, consisting of 3 representatives from Saipan, 1 from Tinian, and 1 from Rhoda, will have 180 days to make rules and regulations to the law, including who will enforce the rules before it officially becomes legal.
I encourage the commissioners to take their time. This is, for me, it's pretty big. I know that when after the promulgation of rules and it gets, put on the register and all that, everything starts. And I wouldn't be surprised with the outrage of marijuana planting, marijuana smoking for that matter. So I expect the commissioners to, work very, very thorough and make the best rules and regulation we could ever have.
Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. Also passed today by unanimous vote was House Bill 21-66. This bill was amended to allow the Commonwealth Law Revision Commission to use its revolving fund for personal costs with the approval of the Expenditure Authority. Author of the bill, Joel Camacho, gives us more detail.
It was a commission-sponsored bill from the Law Revision Commission. On our last general meeting, our good director, Hanjay, as well as the commission members and the Law Revision Commission staff, reached out and they asked if we could introduce a legislation that could give them some form of support, which was to allow them to use the Law Revision revolving account, which is the account that they collect fees from publications, stuff like that, and to utilize that in case of staff shortfall, because they've been having difficulty, especially during the austerity. And the bill was an agreement amongst the commission members and the recommendations set forth by the Law Revision Commission. So ultimately, to allow the Law Revision Commission director the necessary authority to utilize the revolving account to subsidize or supplement any potential shortfall with the staffing situation. It has to be approved by the commission members, so 3/5 of the commission, so it still has to be approved. And of course they will justify the need, and if the commission members see fit, they will approve.
A release from the Office of Homeland Security and Civil Defense states there is no immediate threat from the reported North Korea missile tests. The Mariana Regional Fusion Center, along with the offices of Guam Homeland Security and Civil Defense and military partners, are continuing to monitor the reports of a launch of 2 unidentified projectiles out of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea today. The 2 projectiles were launched on the eastern coast into the Sea of Japan. The report states there is no immediate threat to Guam or the Marianas. Homeland Security Advisor Tim Algen says, quote, "The launches out of North Korea are a testament to how important it is to keep plans and procedures up to date. Guam Homeland Security, along with our local military and federal partners, will continue to monitor the events surrounding the incidents," end quote. For more information, contact Public Information Officer Jenna Bloss at 671-489-2540. You may still be smelling some sewage odor when traveling through certain parts of the island. That's because of the reactivation of the aerators in Basin 1 at the Sadog Tossi Treatment Plant. According to a release from the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation, the temporary clarifier currently running needs to allow additional sludge to build a layer at the bottom basin to properly capture and draw the waste from the unit. The areas of Sadog Tossi, Puerto Rico, Lower Base, Lower Navy Hill, and Girapan areas are expected to continue the sewer smell for the next 3 months, as CUC is working on rehabilitative improvements to the treatment process. The release also states that CUC is looking at alternatives for masking the smell that will not be hazardous to the public. For more information, contact CUC's customer call center or follow their Facebook page for the latest updates. 4 years ago today, Typhoon Sodalor surprised and shocked Saipan with unexpected ferocity. Here's some of the coverage we did on the storm that snuck up on us.
Sunday morning, August the 2nd, feeder bands from then Tropical Storm Sudalor inundated the island with heavy rain and gusty winds. No one, though, was predicting a strong typhoon at that time. The Tournament of Champions golf tournament was able to play its final round at Lau Lau Bay. Golfers sitting in the restaurant saw the storm getting stronger, but acted unconcerned. The 4 o'clock bulletin from the National Weather Service still classified the cyclone as a tropical storm, warning it could intensify into a typhoon over the next several days. But it wasn't days, it was hours. The storm developed into a powerful typhoon as it approached Saipan, catching most people by surprise. The weather update that evening predicted winds up to 90 miles per hour. The typhoon was relatively small, with an eye only 4 miles in diameter when it passed over the center of Saipan shortly after 11 o'clock that night. On Monday morning, August the 3rd, residents awoke, shocked, in awe of the widespread damage. Beach Road from San Antonio to Micro Beach covered with fallen ironwood trees and power poles, dangling lines. Thousands of buildings had roofs blown off. Island-wide power and water knocked out. Fortunately, no one died during the storm, but 60 people were admitted to the emergency room that day. One hospital official described it as a war zone. The island was ravaged, unprepared for what turned out to be the worst damage since Super Typhoon Kim in December of 1986.
Coming up, we head over to a popular store to speak with the president, find out how he became so successful.
Get the phone plan you're looking for at IT&E. Stay connected with the strongest, widest, and most reliable network in the Marianas. Stream, share, play, shop, and surf the web with super fast 4G LTE data. Whether you need just a few gigabytes of data to get by, or if you want to go further with unlimited data, there's a plan for you. You'll always get the best price. Visit any IT&E store or call us to learn more. IT&E. Explore your world.
Ah, the Netherlands, home of the Stroopwafel McFlurry from McDonald's. A mix of delicious vanilla soft serve and caramel waffle cookie pieces. But to get one, you'd have to sneak out of the office, dig out your luggage, wait for boarding group 12, figure out what that means, take a train, take a boat, take a bike, and finally order one. Or get to your neighborhood McDonald's now, because for a limited time, worldwide favorites are here. Around the world is now around the corner.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
You deserve more. I know it's been hard. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Hi, welcome to Dow Rent to Own.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this feels like home.
Dial Rent to Own, making lives better since 1987.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. We head to the I Love Saipan store to speak with the president of the company. Our Chris Nelson has the details.
After I construct the building, I rented out to a business, but they didn't make it, and they owe me so much money, and I had to take over the building. And when I took over the building, I had to run the business, so I invited my friend Alan Shea, who is my partner and vice president of the company, and he's really helping me a lot on the manufacturing our own line of product that which other stores don't have. So we started with 7 employees, and then now we are 120 in 10 years. I think we've been very, very lucky, and I really appreciate our managers and all the team members who worked very hard to make this business successful.
Where's your business going? What new projects do you have on the horizon?
We have a new store planned in next few months. I'm on the final negotiation with a new store, and we plan to renovate our outlet stores in the middle road to bring more items for the local market.
Great. And then last question, what's your work-life balance? What do you do to relax, have fun, and enjoy life?
Well, I try to go home 5 o'clock and stay most of the time with family. And weekends I go the stand-up paddling board with my friends, and barbecue with friends on the weekends. But I don't play golf, so that's all I'm doing.
Thank you, Chris. On Guam, new ancient Chamorro sites have been discovered. KUAM's Adriana Cotero has the details.
Hafa-Day CNMI, here's what's making news on Guam. 2 new ancient Chamorro sites have been inadvertently discovered on military construction grounds.
2 more ancestral sites unearthed at the live fire training range at Northwest Field. This according to Marine Corps documents obtained by KUAM. One discovery, called Area A, an extension of a previously discovered site that has already been removed through the military's data recovery process. Area A contains, quote, a variety of pre-contact artifact types and dark soil stains containing fire-altered rocks. A second site, called Area B, located in the southeast corner of the firing range footprint. Now, according to the Marines release, which was obtained by KUAM through Historic Preservation Chair Senator Therese Terlahi, Area B contains a variety of surface artifacts, including Lusung fragments, lithic and shell tools, and fragments and concentrations of Latte period ceramics. Area B is not near previously documented sites. Data recovery excavations are planned for Areas A and B after archaeological investigations are completed. Remember, 14 ancient Chamorro sites and the artifacts in them have been removed from the firing range and the Marine Cantonment construction sites. 4 sites discovered in May and June await data recovery and removal. The Marines have submitted their planned treatment of the areas to Acting State Historic Preservation Officer Patrick Lujan, and Lujan tells KUAM his office will respond to the Marines tomorrow. Meanwhile, Senator Terlahi has sent a letter to Lujan reiterating the need for a pause on construction and saying the sites, quote, slated to be cleared are bigger than previously understood and potentially more historically significant. Terlahi adding that she's deeply concerned about the individual sites not being considered as part of a larger historically significant settlement, and that the notice from the Marines states that removal is planned and did not mention efforts to avoid. The senator saying that avoidance of ancestral sites was the underlying premise of the programmatic agreement. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Stay connected via our KUAM mobile news app, follow us on any of the social media platforms, and sign up for our weekly email newsletter, KUAM Digital Digest on KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Adriana. All right, coming up, start the barbecue and let's grill. Sports kind of fishy next.
Eye Institute. Our office on Beach Road is staffed with U.S. certified eye care technicians, doctors that have received national recognition, and a friendly, professional staff that will look after you and your loved ones. With over 1,200 eyeglass frames to choose from and an in-house lab, we can make most glasses in about an hour. And we even feature a mobile clinic to bring eye care to you. Keep your eyes healthy and strong with professional eye care at the Marianas Eye Institute.
Hey, go-karters, come early and stay late. We have new summer hours for the Seaside Circuit at Mariana Resort. Daytime is pretty hot, but evenings are pretty cool and perfect for racing. Check in at Mariana's Trekking and you'll be off racing in no time. Bring your fans, bring your friends, and show your ID for a special half-a-day rate after 5 o'clock. And check out our other adventures too, like mountain biking, hiking, kayaking, and off-roading. Perfect for groups, perfect for families, perfect for friends. So go ahead, bring your best friend. Mariana's Trekking, your adventure professionals for 17 years.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the relatively rapid rise of soccer in the NMI since its formal organization 13 years ago is simply remarkable. I mean, who knew?
17-0, 21-0, 15-0. Those were the scores against NMI girls teams when they first organized and joined East Asian competition. Starting in 2007 through 2014, the NMI was on the losing end of a combined score of 83-1. But then the big breakthrough came on Guam in the summer of 14 when the NMI women beat Macau 7-0 for their first international victory. Nowadays, NMI girls are always competitive in off-island tournaments. NMIFA President Jerry Tan attributes the rapid rise of Saipan soccer to the establishment of clubs.
In the world of soccer, it is very common that the program and the players are being developed through joining a club. For example, in Guam, they have now 13 clubs, and we have 9, and we started with 4. So this is something that we did not create. This is something that has been how each member association develop their players.
NMIFA has been able to accomplish that thanks to an extensive network.
We are very lucky that we really have a group of very committed volunteers. You can imagine each club is headed by a president, a general secretary, and they are the ones who actually go out on their own in the neighborhood and the school to recruit players.
Tan cites the contributions of volunteers such as Vicky Azuka and Patty Coleman in building a women's program, which is especially challenging.
Women's program is very difficult. That's why there are 212 FIFA members, but there are only about 150 FIFA women's members. So not every country has a women national team.
Tan also credits the impact of professional coaching.
And I have to give a lot of credit to Coach Mita, Coach Ku. It is the technical development by our coaches that really make our girls be able to improve to this level.
Julianne Hall is an example of someone who has developed into an all-star and credits her success to playing with one club.
Club, ever since U6, MPU. It's always been MPU.
You think it's important to continue having a club, year after year, so it's somebody you can always count on? The coaching, the uniforms, the season?
I think that having club and staying with the club is usually very important, and it's very nice to have over the years develop a family that you can call your own, and really tight-knit community. So it's really special.
The rise of NMI soccer is about to get even higher with the imminent membership into the Asian Football Confederation, a necessary step before the NMI can join worldwide FIFA.
It's been a long journey. Last April in the AFC Congress, there was a statute that was proposed by Guam. The amendment actually now allow us to become ordinary member without being a FIFA member, and that was passed 46-0. So we actually passed the biggest hurdle, and now we are working with AFC administration to submit our all the requirement, all the document, and we are looking forward to next April. They have once a year Congress, so next Congress will be formally meeting us as the full member.
The third fishing tournament of the year is Saturday at Smiling Cove, but unlike the first two, this one is inside the lagoon.
Mafudi, one of the more popular fishes to find on dishes here. President of the Isla Association, Mike Palaxi Sablan.
This event is all about promoting in the lagoon fishing, all the small boats. You know, we just finished the SFA International Offshore Derby, so you know, with us, the 14-footers, the 15-footers, we're not able to compete in those events. So you know, we try and make something for us.
And Mafudi was the natural choice to target.
Well, it's the most common fish that you would catch on a rod and reel technique, hand line or trolling in the lagoon. Mafuti is so abundant, and so you know, the chances of you catching a mafuti is way better than catching a trevally or other species.
$600 for first place last year. James Benavente won it with a 3.9 pounder and 22 inches in length. It's easy to cook too.
Mafuti, you pretty much just throw it up on the grill and it's, you know, finadeni and everything. But you know, the mayonnaise and kimchi base is really making it.
All right, I got to go eat dinner, Mike.
This is Austerity Friday, so we only have one top play of the week.
The top play of the week. Easy layup, right? No! Ricky Cruz. First he flies in from Tinian, and then he flies to block that shot. Ricky Cruz, the top play of the week. Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw.
All right, today's high, 91. It was really hot. The heat index in our parking lot, according to our measurement, 112, and that was at 1:30 this afternoon. That's the highest of the year. The airport heat index, though, 103. All right, the low was 81, humidity 77%. This weekend, expect some rain, especially on Sunday. Some isolated showers and southwest winds bringing that rain. High 89 tomorrow, low 79, seas 4 to 6 feet, sunrise 5:59, high tide at 8:21 in the morning, followed by low tide at 3:35, sunset at 6:46.
6:46. All right, thank you,
Bob.
Bob.
Weekend time right now. Got to go.
For that weather report.
It started
When does it
actually
start?
a few seconds ago.
Okay,
we
but
out of here
I
already.
guess we're in a hurry to start our weekend. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night and have a great weekend.